sarcastic. That's a good thumbnail. What's up, guys? How you doing?
I'm checking the rods.
Okay. After that fish, it got to the point where I had to get electrical tape on my fingers because I cut my fingers and got my fish.
We'll give everybody a minute to chime in here. It's sitting here in the.
It's been 24 hours.
Hey, where's our spotlight? There's our spotlight. All right, we'll get there. We need a new sun drop. Will you get us a new sun drop?
Sure.
It's
been 30.
People chiming in. What's up, guys? Welcome back.
31 seconds. You already got one like. Man, boy.
Here we go. Chunk that in the trash can back there. Give everybody a few minutes to chime in here. We've got people coming in. I'm going to give them a minute to bring you up to date on what happened up there.
Got one.
And let you know kind of the whole spiel on what we did. So we're back set up here. Good, people are coming in. Thanks guys, appreciate it. Give everybody a few minutes and
Part 2.
you'll get to hear the rehash of it and all, everything that's going on.
Part 2.
Is it a cold one? Good job. I'm gonna keep the. Grace, how much tape did you put on your finger, son?
I cut the side.
Look at this. Look at this.
No.
Turn that light off. Turn that light off. Headlamp.
Like you don't.
I cut a finger open with a knife and I put one piece of tape on it and he looks like he's Mr. Spockman. All right, so here's what happened.
Because I needed to spread my fingers apart instead of having them like that.
So here's what happened up there. We were anchored up and the way we were set up anchored was how you would anchor normally in current, bow into the current, tailing down. Well, what happened was once we got the anchors out, we realized that there was backflow because they had stopped releasing water from the dam. So basically current was going upstream and the wind was going upstream. We were double anchored and the back anchor normally has shorter rope on it or a shorter throw of rope, and guess what? It broke loose. I got a underwater night GoPro set up. Oh, really? Cool. Let me know where if that's online somewhere and see what the heck that looks like. That's pretty cool.
We need that.
The problem with our water is it's so nasty you can't see anything unless it's next to the boat. But anyway, let me see if I can get that a little bit better on our face. Let me see if I might have to dim it. There we go. Barely going to be on. Okay, so anyway, the wind picked up. It spun the boat around, lines went everywhere. So it was easier just to undo everything. So what we did was the wind staying up. So we ran down the lake a little bit and put out the drift sock. We got 6 rods out and we're drifting. Bam! Just like that it happened. That just happened. We went from anchoring to drifting. It was a karate move. It was like, fast like a cat pouncing on a mouse. My son's never seen the real chaos that happens here when I get bored. How can I find out if there's a thermocline in my lake? I don't have a depth finder. You can't. I'm going to be honest with you. Outside of a castable, submersible thermometer, there's no way to tell. Here's a few tips on the thermocline. And be serious for a second so they can listen. This is important. I talked about this morning. You're generally not going to have a thermocline in a lake or river that has current because if you got enough current going, it's mixing stuff up. That's generally speaking. There are some caveats to that, which is where I was fishing this morning at a hot water discharge that actually had some current, but there was enough difference between the two. And the other way, it's just hard to tell. You got to have a place that's fairly a reservoir, a lake. That's where you're going to get a thermocline more than anywhere is when water's not moving. So, and it's hard to tell if you don't have a sonar unit. It really is.
Tell them about the gar we saw.
There's really no way to tell. So, sorry to give you that news. I'll tell you this: you can kind of bank on it on any reservoir in the summertime. Typically, that thermocline's going to kick in around 20 to 24 feet. It's going to be 5 to 10 feet deep, and then after that, you're kind of okay. So you can kind of bank on that. Well, I take that back. Here's one way you can tell. If you have live bait, cast it out there and put it 25 feet down. Reel it back in 10 minutes later, and if it's dead, you've got a thermocline that does not have oxygen. That's one way you can tell. Right, well, it's just kidding. Good luck, Dave. There, thank you. Oh, Grayson's digging up slugs out of the boat. Right there. There we go. That's probably bait. It's probably good bait for something.
So,
there was another question in here.
Where do I put it?
Throw it back in the water.
Oh, but it's bait, right?
That's fine. No, throw it away. we're up above the plant, no bites yet. You're up above the steam plant. Well, you're probably near me. I can see the steam plant. So if you're up above it, you're halfway near me. Check out a bite on that back rod. Yeah, I'm always getting a bite on the back rod. I heard the blues moved into Catawba Creek by the bird's nest. Probably that's not surprising. That sounds like a good place. How can I find out if there's a thermocline? Thermocline was a good question. Somebody asked something earlier when we were tearing everything up when the boat got spun around, and it was a good question. Do you remember what it was?
Well,
We were back up there. Somebody asked something, and
why did you start your YouTube channel?
It was after that. I answered that. It was after that. Somebody asked something. If you're still on, chime back in with that one. But yeah, we just decided to drift. The wind's up. I'm not gonna fight. This is a weird thing. Okay, this is just a little hang-up thing. Okay, I hate anchoring and fishing, casting upstream. Okay, there's no current. It's just one of those things I hate doing. Talking about blues and flat. Oh, very good, Mark. It's how long blues and flatheads in Lake Wylie. No, blues are not indigenous to any river systems on the East Coast. Period. They are a Mississippi drainage fish. Flatheads are only indigenous to the river systems on the western escarpment of the Appalachian the Continental Divide.
Mountains.
Appalachian Mountains that dumps into Tennessee River. So there are some rivers in North Carolina that had native flatheads, and it's up in the mountains actually on the western side. So none of these flatheads and blues are not a native fish to any of these river systems. So that being said, they were stocked here. The blues were stocked. That was a program.
By to say hi. Catching any?
We got one flathead earlier, a small one. No size, so really small. It was in the other line. But anyway, back to the stocking thing. What? Oh, that's where the water discharge is. But anyway, the blues were stocked. They were stocked into Lake Norman back in the 70s. Obviously stocked into the Santee Cooper system, and those fish spread. They spread downstream from Lake Norman through the dams and the systems. They were also transported by anglers. A lot of the fish, same thing with the fish that went into water. Some made it downstream, some were put in there. A lot of transplants by anglers. And about 20 years ago, there were a lot of large blues brought into Wylie from Lake Wateree. I've heard reports of some being brought in from some other lakes, but I know there were some first-hand information of them being brought in here. Mature fish that rapidly increase the spawning and the number of blues in here. So to answer your question, long story short, yes, they were put in here. Flatheads were transported by anglers, plain and simple. Flatheads were stocked originally in the Carolinas down in the Cape Fear, I believe. I think they only released 12 of them. Y'all can check and Google that, but I think it was only 12 flatheads were put in there as a sport fish. And they found out that they eat pretty much everything that swims, and they grew and spread like crazy and started eating the red-breast sunfish and everything.
They eat huge blue cats?
They'll eat blue catfish, yeah. They'll eat flathead's apex predator. So those have been transplanted by anglers to different places. So that's how they got here. They're here to stay. As I know, we'll never get any protection or support for flathead catfish conservation or whatever, and I understand that because they eat a lot of stuff. But I think we can get it for blue catfish. I know they're not an indigenous species, but neither are lakes and neither are concrete dams, and that's always been my argument. These were river systems. Striped bass, there were no striped bass in the Lake Norman area. So, I mean, you know, they're there. Obviously, there's no hybrids. There are things we do when we change the ecosystem around by putting concrete dams in place and flooding hundreds of thousands of acres. It changes everything. So, you do have to hit a balance. I think blue catfish are a great sport fish. I think they have a minimal or limited impact on the other species in the lake. So, and I think they deserve protection. That's my position on it. Now, with that said, I don't think it needs to be crazy. I think they're one of the toughest species of fish around, and they are doing absolutely fine in almost all of our reservoirs and rivers. Now, there are some places where I'm hearing stuff out in Ohio that it's, they're being overfished for pay lakes and that kind of thing. The only thing I've heard is the catfish angler fisherman side, not the pay lake side. And I've not heard the biologist side. I've been trying to find some research on those areas. I'm curious what the research shows. All our research shows here in the Catawba, Yadkin, Wateree chain of lakes is that these fish are doing well. They're thriving, they're growing, they're very stable, and the fishing on them right now is sustainable. So, I'd like to have more protection on the bigger ones, and we've done that with the Catfish Club. The Carolina Catfish Club has done that to get protections in place. So, yeah, that's a long explanation of your question. Question was, all he asked was, you remember I told you rambling? I ramble sometimes. He asked, were they stocked in here? No, they were. Well, they were put here. They're not native. So anyway.
Where's he at? The guy that was coming over here.
He's not coming over. He's at the lake. All right. Let's see what we got. A question here. The wind is whipping. Maybe you could adjust the camera or something. Oh, is it howling across the speaker? Yeah. I wonder if that. See, I don't know where to put something. Doug's Island has restrictions now.
He said he's coming over to say hi. That guy.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. We'll see. Did you catch 50 on the 4th under those power lines? No, I did not. I actually caught that 50 right down where the South Fork and Catawba come together down in that area. So that was an area I was fishing. Oh, okay. So I'm about to say, yeah, that is realistic fishing. Very cool. But yeah, I was fishing down there. I haven't plucked a big fish out from up here in a while. This is where I'm fishing at right now is a good place to fish because it's north-south, and when we get north-south winds, it's real easy to drift, and the current, it kind of makes it easy. What was that comment there? That's a good point of here, guys, all the time getting mad about what the catfish eat in the area in the moultrie, yet it takes 20, 30 pounds to win the bass tournament. Yeah, it's, I mean, I know for a fact from when I used to fish Santee years ago, there's not as many fish there. Back then, you could go drift that lake and go to Panopolis and drift across it if the wind's blowing that way and catch fish all day long. It's not like that anymore. You can still catch them. There's still fish there, but there's definitely a decline, and the biologists will tell you that. And that's from overfishing. Commercial fishing has had an impact on that place. I'm torn on the pay lake thing of it doesn't make sense in my head how you can go to a public lake, take out the fish. Now, it's legal. Let me start by saying this. It's perfectly legal to do this. Go to a public lake, catch fish, put them into a private lake, and then charge people to catch them. It's perfectly legal the way it is right now. If they ever get game fish status, that may change, or that would change. But I understand not everybody has a boat, not everybody has a place to fish. There's not a lot of access to fish, so that kind of I feel for the people that fish there. I fished at Pay Lake when I was a kid. We'd go there. There were carp lakes then, and you'd go carp fish, and the carp came from the same place. None of them, honestly. Hey there, who's that? Oh, hey there, fish girl. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had no clue where the fish came from, and I think a lot of guys that fish Pay Lakes have no clue where the fish come from. Not that they're stupid or anything else. It's just I think people think, well, they come in a truck and they probably come from a fish hatchery. Some do, the ones that are about this long, but the big fish are caught out of. We got a rod. We got a fish going. We'll save that diatribe for a minute. Decent fish. What? What's it doing? Hey, Brill. Yep, you got fish coming. I don't think it's a monster.
How far is this out?
out a pretty good ways.
Oh yeah, you can see him right here.
You got it coming up now. There, to watch the drift sock. Stay
Yeah,
out of it. There you go. Back to your left. There you go. All right, work right behind me. There you go. Good, good, good. He's out of the drift sock. All right, keep
That's the
going.
blue, right?
Yep, that's a blue. Reel down on him. There you go. Keep
Not
coming.
a monster.
Got him. Oh, got him. Easy,
How
girl.
much does that one weigh? Weigh that one. I want to see him.
About 8 pounds. Look at that fat belly on it.
That's what
I leave it right there. Leave it right there. Make sure your light's off. Bam. Actually, let's do this. Let's take it back over here. Sorry about this, guys. Get it into the holder again.
Don't worry, we're gonna have this.
We're still here. The makeshift TV crew. Here it is. Nice little pig. Little fat belly. Nice female.
It looks so big when it's. How do you know it's a female?
It stinks. No, look at the little mouth on it.
Oh, it's poopy.
Poop or peeing? I smell something coming out of it. Here we go. Let's get a little shot here. Little GoPro action. Bear with me. We're doing this for the GoPro too. For the
Your fingers
YouTube.
in its gill.
I know. It's actually just inside the plate there. There, guys. There it is. Making TV. Another reason I hate fishing at night. Making TV is so much harder. Alright, this one's for the YouTube channel. There we go, guys. Good one. Nice blue. 9 pounds, I'm thinking.
Okay, wait.
Where's it going?
Bet.
Back alive.
Wait, you want to bet?
Bam! Live TV, catching fish.
Oh my god.
Sadly, it's only number 2.
I gotta take this electrical table
You
off.
get this out of the way.
Way too tight. I'm never putting this tape on again. I swear.
Alright, 1 minute break. Go pee. We'll rebait. Get this one back out.
Go get it. Go to the fridge. Get a snack or something.
Get your snack.
I wonder if there's anybody in the bathroom, like pooping.
That's a great question, son. That is just a phenomenal question. Great television.
They're just sitting in there like... just sitting in there watching. Where they get some privacy from the wife and everything. Get some privacy.
It's from the mouth of babes that we get these words of wisdom. That one, we'll make an edit somewhere. Stand by, throwing casting out. Alright. Good one. Good job on seeing that rod go off, son. Alright guys, back. Remind me shortly
Remind me to never wear this tape again.
Yeah, you don't put that stuff on tight, buddy. I think I just sat in that catfish poop.
I'm not going to say anything because you're going to...
There's our clicker. Number 2.
I'm not saying anything.
I think it's just pee. I think it's just water coming out of this bin. Alright, there we go. Alright, is everybody back from the kitchen? Did everybody go get your stuff? Alright. Pull you back in here. Make sure the GoPro's not rolling. Alright, it's off. Good. Alright, so anyway, that was a nice little 8-pounder. Bring everybody up to date. If you just tuned in, kind of bring you up to speed. I know there's people in and out. That's cool. That's awesome. We were anchored up earlier. Wind picked up. Boat blew off anchor. We decided to go drift. So we're drifting. Floating along through here at about 0.4. I've got a big Easterland drift sock out. It's got to slow down very nicely. And we are seeing what we can pick off. Water's around...
My hands feel free now.
Water's around 89 degrees. It's clear water. There's no current. and we're just going to see what happens. We're going to try this for, I don't know, maybe another hour. I won't be on live that whole time. We'll try it for a little while longer and see what we can get into. It's not a great bite. Like I said, we anchored up right at dark. We got that one flathead, and that's kind of where we're at now. So, you keep an eye on the rod, man. Let's see, was there any other questions that I missed there? Nature calls. He's been working hard on the rods. There you go. I haven't tried the live stream yet because I already have a difficult time trying to film normal for YouTube by myself. Good stuff. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It is. Should be looking for in the flatheads in this lake. Structure. Hold that structure thought. Yeah, doing the live stuff's kind of tough. You have to be. It's almost like doing radio. You got to have something to talk about, and I ramble, so it works. Usually, what makes it easier here is than radio, unless you're doing a call-in show, is that people ask questions, and the questions actually give us something to talk about, or me something to talk about, and brings up some good topics and some good points. So that's the good thing about it. Somebody was asking about structure. The structure is one of those funny words when it comes to fishing, because there's all kinds of structure. And I'm sitting on something that's not letting that seat go all the way down. There we go. There's natural structure and bottom structure and man-made structure. Honestly, most of the flatheads I catch are along channel edges. The steeper the channel edge I can find, the better. That seems to be the structure the bottom structure that holds fish, flatheads, real good on this lake. Now, there's obviously fish that are around piers because there's so much bass and crappie and everything to hang around them, and also brush piles. If you've got places, if you mark brush piles and trees and that kind of stuff, you can catch them right there. I just like to fish the channel edges. That seems to produce a lot of flatheads for me on this lake. I'm not a super duper big chasing flathead kind of person, even though that's kind of what we set out for tonight. But yeah, that seems to produce them. But I catch them, man. I'm telling you, drifting these channel, like we're on a shallow. I call it the shallow slope on this channel ledge we're coming up right now. Generally don't catch them here. On the other side's real steep because it's on the outside bend. Seem to be more flatheads on that stuff. So outside bends, river channels, where it's steeper and cut out more, that seems to be the better place as far as finding them out here in open water. And a lot of my good ones have come right fishing along the bank around trees and blown down stuff. So those are some other options. Do you ever fish the South Carolina side near the dam? Rarely. Rarely fish down there. And let me say something real quick. I just saw Fish Girl say something about too shy. Yeah, so was I. And then I realized that being stupid's okay. It's okay. It's just okay to be stupid. So don't let your shyness. I don't consider myself, actually, I've always had a horrible, got two heads, a horrible, not fear, but just intimidation of public speaking. So I've never been really good at that in front of a group. And this is easier because there's not a group of people, even though there's 15 people here right now and God knows how many more. But don't worry about it. Just get out there and talk. Just get out there and ramble. Just get out there and talk. You'd be amazed how much of what you're saying people want to hear. And that's the one takeaway is you've got something to offer. So throw it out there. There are people that want to hear it. Trust me on that. But anyway, what was that other one? If I can get Grayson trained a little better to keep up with. Do I fish near the dam? No, I really don't fish at that end of the lake that much. Nothing wrong with fishing down there. There's fish down there. It's the deepest part of the lake, and it's a good way to get below the thermocline. And there's some very good structure as you're facing the dam over the left-hand side. There's a lot of bottom structure there with some really steep ledges that come up real shallow. It's a really good place to fish. And but I don't fish down there just because it's a long way. I'm either driving a long way or riding in a boat a long way, and there's plenty of fish on this end. There's fish from dam to dam on Lake Wiley. There are big fish everywhere. So
You've got a long lake.
I know some people are giving me some thumbs up, and I appreciate that. Appreciate any. I know we picked up some new subscribers on the last live, so I appreciate any of the new people that have subscribed. Hopefully, you can learn something from some of this. It's as I tell people, it's not one which you're going to watch and just have bullet point after bullet point of how to catch fish. But as you listen to all the rambling, there are little notes and ideas and stuff that you can pick up. Do you ever use the heads on the brim for bait? Yes, we do. A matter of fact, that's probably what half of these rods have brim heads on them. Brim head is, in my opinion, one of the best baits there is, period, for catching catfish. If somebody said you only got one bait, what would it be? Especially in the summertime, it'd be a brim head. I think maybe shad works better in the wintertime for some reason. But yeah, it would, I don't know, there's time, yeah, brim head, probably be a brim head. I've caught more 50-plus pound fish on brim heads, especially flatheads. How long did it take you to figure out you could make that thing go up and down by doing that? That's amazing.
I've known that.
I probably caught more 50-pound fish on brim heads than any other bait. I love them. I usually take the brim. If I'm not fishing them live, fillet off the side, use it. Fillet off the other side, use it. And then
It's a ghost, guys.
use the heads. Great baits. It's a good question. That's a good question. One thing I don't use on any fish that I use is the tail. Unless that fish is alive, pan it that way a little bit. I'm not using a tail. It's just, there's no scent, and I don't know. Some people fish with them. Some people swear, well, I got to use the tail and all that kind of stuff. But I put tails on my dad's garden. That's a good place for them. That's a very good place for them. What's that? I did roll a channel cat with gizzard shad, but now I have no access to shads. Where are you, fish girl? What does that say? Is that
Fish girl?
WNY? Is that West New York, or what is WNY?
West New York fishing girl.
Well, anyway, I was gonna say if you're around here, there are plenty of places to buy shad. So a Western New York. Oh, somebody from New York! Awesome.
Yay! Van's still beating.
That's cool. We got somebody from New York.
Still, Van's just.
But yeah, it's we got places around here to sell bait, mainly because of the there's a lot of striper fishing, freshwater striper fishing on lakes, and there's a lot of people that sell shad. So you can actually go buy shad for $7 a dozen around here, and decent size shad, good size bait. So
First person to be in New York.
I can't think of anybody else I've had from New York. New York's kind of off the beaten path for the catfish world, so that's kind of cool. Very cool.
I wish we had that.
Yeah, it's I don't know how many shad. I know I've watched videos of people in the north that were netting shad in rivers and stuff, but yeah, that's too bad. Like I said, we're blessed to have a lot of the stuff we have here. We also have a lot of blueback herring in a lot of the lakes on
We only
in
have
South Carolina.
Cat where I
And there are places that sell blueback herring, which are great live bait.
Do you catch a lot of channel cat?
I wish we had flatheads. Yeah, it's that's another thing where we kind of are really lucky and take it for granted is that we've got, like I said, I had what I call the Lake Wiley Slam this morning. I had a flathead, a blue, and a channel cat. We've got them all, and pretty decent size. I mean, we've got. You can come out here and really not expect to, but fish hard enough and catch a 50-pound blue. 50-pound flathead's a little bit harder, but you can catch a 40. There's a lot of 40s. 50s are really rare air. That's kind of getting into the 60-pound blue class. 50s, was that a rod? I think that's something else. Everything good? 50s kind of rare. Is that one? 50s rare air, but sadly we don't have any size to channel cats. So the channel cats are all small. An 8-pounder now is.
I don't do a lot of.
So where can I buy live shad in our area? Jake, you're around here. The closest place is Jamie K Outdoors.
Do you fish Norman any? Sometimes.
Jamie K Outdoors sells shad, and that's probably the closest place to the Charlotte area that has shad. Yes, I do fish Norman. I was thinking about going up there in the morning. I think that's what Grayson just answered.
Says sometimes.
I needed a sip of my refreshing sun drop. I do fish Norman. Norman's getting to that, pardon the airplane, that's what that is. Norman's getting to that time where you can really do some good deep water fishing down below the. Thanks, man. Sleep well. You can do some good deep water fishing down toward the dam, and it's about that time of the year for it. Trophy hunter, yes. Sun drop, yes. I'm gonna make them if Luke can get that tea people to sponsor him. I'm going to get Sundrop.
Dad, I have one question.
Yes, sir. What is your question?
Why am I barely allowed to talk?
Was you talk over me?
Every time I talk, you go.
Yeah, you talk over me when I'm trying to say something.
Because I'm reading stuff.
I know, read it low so people can hear what I'm saying.
And then I have to answer it.
Then when there's a break, you can do it. Your hair looks really, really...
amazing.
That's a good word to use. Amazing would be a very nice word. How close are we to the... we're still a long way off the bank. Dude and little dude. Catfish Weekly. What's up, buddy? Hey, Catfish Weekly. Lyle. Who's going to be, tell everybody, if you're new to here, Catfish Weekly, you see it's just chimed in. Their show is on tomorrow night at...
You're joining it, right?
8 o'clock East Coast, 7 o'clock Central. Here on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to Catfish Weekly so you get the notification reminded that it's on. Catfish Weekly, tell us who's going to be on the show tomorrow night. I think y'all teased it last week, but I forgot who it is, so let us know. Do I prefer bluegill over perch for bait? Bluegill over perch. Summertime, yes.
Steve
Wintertime,
Johnson
no.
from California, boy.
Very cool. What does Steve Johnson do? Tell us. This is your
Great
plug.
luck,
This is your
Roger.
plug, Lyle. This is your free plug for Catfish Weekly and everything you have going on. I've been looking into your sponsors' products there. They're sponsored by Rig Wrap. We've been playing with Rig Wrap on the boat here.
Let me see. I want to hold it.
Yeah,
Look at
put
it.
the rigs inside of it.
I will.
What's that one? Let me go back to my question thing here. Steve Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bluegill over perch. Perch, I think, are great in the wintertime. I think perch is a great winter bait for whatever reason.
Oh, yes. It actually.
I really like them in the winter and seem to produce a lot of fish in the wintertime. So right now, I'd rather have bluegill. That would be my choice if I had to pick between the two. Have we got any bites? Is anything moving?
It's been 31 minutes.
All right. By the way, Lyle, Catfish Week tournament fisherman. We met in Owensboro last year. What a great guy working on. Very cool. That's
Where
cool.
is that?
Hopefully, some of the West Coast people are listening. It's part of the reason I came back on. I know it's late for the East Coast folks. It's 10:30, but we forget about the West Coast folks, and it's only 9:30 there. No, 8:30, 7:30. It's early there. It may even still be daylight. So I'm very glad I finally caught one of your live streams. I always miss them, but great live stream. Thanks, I appreciate that. Thanks for the kind words. 7:30. Team Rig Wrap. Is that what that says?
Yeah.
Look at here, player. We got the little ones. We need the big ones. We need the big ones on the boat for the drift rigs, for our Santee rigs and our big cords. We need them. We need them. So far, these things are working great. They're really cool. And I'm interested in your containers to hold multiple ones because right now they're rattling around on my boat all over the place. So some kind of nice little container. So anyway, Luke said you were bass fishing with... Yes, we were bass fishing with liver earlier. That's one of my preferred ways of fishing, to catch bass so that I can use them for catfish bait. So yeah, Luke's right. Tell Luke I love him and I miss his manly beard. On the screen there. I don't have the big manly beard like he does. I have this soft baby face here that's just precious. Anyway, but yeah, the Rig Wrap, Team Rig Wrap, cool stuff, cool product. And I'm really interested in your scissors for braid. Those things look really cool. That ceramic cutter thing, that looked really awesome. I saw that on Catfish Weekly. That looks like a for anybody that fishes with braid and has ever fiddled with that stuff, cutting it can be a pain. Especially with the big diameters are fine. It's the small stuff, and I use a lot of 20-pound stuff on my perch rigs and brim rods. Believe it or not, 20-pound braid, and that stuff's a pain to cut. So I think your cutters are, I think, pretty cool. I think that's some good stuff. So,
where does Catfish Weekly live?
Catfish Weekly is in Iowa, right? Isn't that where you're at, Lyle? I think you're in Iowa. No, not Iowa. Not Iowa.
There's other
Missouri. Missouri.
And that one guy that has like the white beard, he looks older.
He's in, I don't know where he's at.
Doesn't he live like, he looks like
He's in somewhere else. Is he in
looks-
Iowa? I don't know. We don't know. Well, hang on. Missouri and Ohio. Okay, Missouri. Okay, it was Missouri. Because I know you say,
What about the guy with the white beard?
we say Missouri and you say Missouri. So we call it Missouri, you call it Missouri. So Doc is in Ohio. Doc's the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Doc's the one you're talking about.
One
Very
with
cool.
glasses, yeah. He
That's
looks
a
like
great
South
show.
Carolina person. person.
He does look like he could be from South Carolina.
I know.
Yeah, he could pass it off here. Now, I'm curious, one day we'll have to hear West New York girl, because I don't think she's going to, I think people are going to know she's not from here if she ever comes down here and fishes. Don't know why, I got a feeling she doesn't talk.
JC,
Like,
Tennessee,
that's a bunch of
BTW.
Hicks, so, anyway.
Just kidding.
Yes,
Joke.
yes.
Tennessee.
Yes, so
Big
who else is on
Smoobler.
here? Any other ones on here?
Beat the water. I think
Oh,
that's
so
what
love that. Very cool. He's rubbing whiskers with Mama Flathead. We got to rub whiskers with the small flathead, a juvie. Braid is awesome on Lake Bay Brim Perch Rod. Doesn't. Hang on. Come back. It's awesome. We're breaking. I've been thinking about going to. Everything about braid, I fish with mono. I do have some braid on 2 of these rods. I've been trying that with my planer boards. Get that camera level, that annoys me. To see if it bites better on the clip on the planer boards. I've been trying it out. I'm not a big fan of fishing braid for catfish, especially I interchange a lot of rods between anchoring up and drifting. And when you drift, troll, whatever you want to call it, you're gonna tangle stuff up. So braid tangled is a pain. It's a nightmare. So I just kind of why don't use it. I also don't like the fact there's no stretch with it. I mean, it's great for like I said, catching small fish. I love it for that. But I don't like the fact that there's no stretch.
Where's the water flavoring?
The water flavor is. Where did it go? Is it underneath there? There it is.
Where?
Sorry about the lights, folks.
There's no water flavor.
It's right there. There you go. So yeah, that's why I'm not a big braid fan for catfish, but I could be convinced. And again, that's a personal preference thing. Everybody's saying, "Hey Sam, what's up, buddy?" People like to use heavy braid, really heavy braid, and a lighter leader, so that they can break the leader off. So that's one way to do it. I just don't particularly like that because it takes so much. I don't know. It's just my way of doing things. There is no right or wrong. It's whatever works for you and you're comfortable with. I don't try to convince people to get that camera panned right there. So I try not to. It's what works. It's just like with fishing rods. Somebody asked earlier in the other feed, what's the best catfish rod? There is none. There is no best catfish rod. There are good rods for different purposes and different things you're doing, but there is not one rod that you can go buy that is a cure-all, fix-all, makes everything wonderful and you catch every fish. There's different rods for different stuff. And different budgets too. Don't forget that. There's a lot of you folks out there that
That's good.
have a much more limited budget than other people, and you don't have $70, $90, $100, $150 to spend on a fishing rod.
Is there any chips or snacks?
There are no chips. You will have to starve.
Are there any snacks?
There's no snacks. Wait a minute. There may be peanuts back there. There may be peanuts in that bar. We're running out of boat food, so perch, hook them up, and catch a big one. So yeah, a lot of it's budget too. You can catch. I fished for the past 15 years with ugly stick catfish rods and caught 40, 50, 60 pound fish on them. It's just recently I started using some other rods.
Wait, I gotta do a speech.
Trying them out. So,
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
hey, we're not sponsored by Planters. I'm just kidding. Anybody try the line cutter? Battery's getting weak. Why is my battery? It should be plugged in. Somebody said something. Hang on, stand by. Live TV stands by so we can plug a battery in.
Commercial break.
It's hideous fishing.
You just noticed?
It is hideous. It is just hideous. It is hideous.
Have you just noticed that?
Let's see what we got here. Do me if I ever catch a perch hook like I saw that. Amen. Line cutters for braid. I've been thinking about getting them. Anybody try? I have not tried the line cutters, but they look pretty cool. The ones that Rig Rat make, they look pretty cool. And what's biting more, shad or perch? I'm fishing with brim and perch, and everything's been on brim so far. And yeah, the rod that Lyle makes is actually pretty cool from everybody I've talked to and heard. I was going to hook up with him and get one, and we never did it. I know it's a bounce, one of the bumping rods. I call them bouncing rods, bumping, bouncing, whatever you people call it out there. I want to learn how to do that. So, yeah, I heard he makes a really good rod. There were some people had heard that I knew him or something and said, yeah, he makes a really cool rod. So, yeah, and again, that's one of those things where it's a different kind of fishing. How's that Suzuki outboard? Is it dependable? It's it's 10 years old. It's got 1,200 hours on it. I had to check the other day. Everything I have done, I'm working on that, Law. Everything I have done has been routine maintenance. I did have the fuel lines replaced last year, and had the whatever the ethanol friendly kind put on there, because I finally had a fuel line that had a little pinhole leak in it. It's got 1,200 hours. I'm going to buy another one is what it comes down to. The only thing that's happened here, and it happened this morning, was my tack went out. I don't know if it's the actual tack. Obviously it's 10 years old. Or if it is the little thingy on the alternator that sends the signal, or if it's the alternator's out. So anyway, I got to figure all that out. Figure out what's going on there. So, but 10 years old, it's got a lot of hours on it. I say a lot of hours. It's got 1,200 on it. It's not a lot, but I've used it for a while. And yes, my next motor will be a Suzuki. The only bad thing about Suzuki, I will say, is it's hard to find a dealer, and especially inland if you're away from the coast. There are a lot of them in Florida along the coast. We're getting a bunch of people chiming in. What is it? We're getting our West Coast group here. There are a lot of them around the coast, but around here I have to drive 45 minutes to get to a Suzuki dealer. Now, I know you guys that are in other parts of the country probably laughing at me going, big deal, you got to drive 45 minutes to get to a dealer. But I live in a metro area close to Charlotte, and you would think there would be more Suzuki dealers around here.
Nope.
There are Mercury dealers everywhere. And why are there Mercury dealers everywhere, Grayson?
Because Mercury sucks.
Yeah, that's not a nice word, but yes, they have plenty of problems. And actually, the Suzuki dealer I deal with is also a Mercury dealer, and he says we don't work on Suzukis.
But apparently Mercury is the new motor.
He said the Mercury's keep the place in business. So anyway, but yeah, great motor. I will buy another one. I'm probably going to sell this. I don't know if I'm going to sell the boat, but I'm either going to get a new boat or I'm going to upgrade motors on this boat probably later this year. So, and it'll be another Suzuki. I'll probably just hang a bigger motor on here and I just want to put a new one on to have a new one on and have a warranty and everything else. Because like I said, it's 10 years old. It's a 90. It's a 90, and I'd like to go to a 115 on it. Just something to. So yeah, they're great motors. It's right up there with Honda. Honda would be the other one that I would recommend, and. Actually, the older Mercuries are actually the good ones from what I understand. I had one on my first boat, and it was an old, like, 6-cylinder. I mean, it smoked. And the guy told when I first got it, I was like, dude, this thing smokes like crazy. He goes, if it ever quits smoking, you're in trouble. And it smoked, you'd just fire it up, and it would run, and it ran like a big 200 horsepower. And it drank gas. But yeah, it worked fine, but that's what I understand is apparently the older ones were actually good motors. So, did you hear a rod?
Yes, I swear I just heard a rod.
Well, someone got snagged up on something. That one's got that may be a small fish. That's a fish, though. I think it's a fish. Hang on. I may have a little fish. I think it may be a little channel cat. If it's a channel cat, we will have a slam. Bear with me. That would be the first time I've ever done a slam in the same day.
Are channel cats up then?
Oh yeah, channel cats are the ones that'll.
That one getting hit right there.
Channel cats will make you slap your mama. Is he in there? Can you see where he's at in the line out there?
This is tiny as ever.
Oh God, that's a big fish on this one.
Hey Daddy,
did you hear it come to the top?
Want to trade, Daddy? Want to trade?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see what we got here. We may have a very large fish. Do me a favor. Get that rod, reel on. That one looked like it came to the top. What's that? I heard something blow up and the rod go over. Is it still on?
I don't know. Yeah, it's still on. That's still on.
All right, he should be outside of all those lines. He's outside of all of them.
No, this one, though. He's under this one. I think he is at least. I don't know what's this.
Channel cat.
What's on with this one?
There he is. There's the channel cat. We're going to see what is this other rod here.
God, this one's like, it's all tangled up in this line.
All right, hang on. Let's see where we're at here. Around that. Is that off? Yeah, there we go. Good. Is he going to that side of everything?
No, he's not.
Easy, easy. You got him on a short leash right now. There you go. Don't bow that rod up too much. Get to the outside of that. There you go. Good job.
There you go. Oh, it's the biggest one of the night.
Big fish.
It's a big.
We'll get him on camera before we lose him. There we go. Hang on. All right, guys, we're going to cowboy this one and boga grip it. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Yeehaw!
There you go. Walk back. You know the deal. Walk back.
You do night fishing. That's so fun.
Keep walk back. Boom. In the boat.
That water went flying up.
Good job.
How much he weigh?
I'm gonna ballpark him at 13. Let me get that hook out.
See how much he weighs?
I'm going to. Let me get the hook out.
Okay. It's the biggest one of the night.
All right, secure that.
How much did I say?
Let me see what he weighs. Oh, bigger than I thought. It's 18 pounds. All right, hang on. Let me do this. I'm laying in the boat. Sorry about that, guys. Dealing with the chaos. Got one that's about 18 pounds. Let me move some stuff around here. Let me get him to where you can see him. I also try to get a shot of him with the GoPro. Good job. This camera right there. There we go, still rolling. All right, pal, get over here.
Let me feel his belly.
Big female. You went strand. Come here.
Oh, yeah. Feel it. You can feel it.
Yep, I want to show everybody.
Trying to feel
Yeah.
some shells in it.
That gut on that thing. Get in there, Greg. Turn your headlamp off. There you go. Get your head under. There you go. Come over to the top. Look at that belly on that big female. Probably in here feeding on mussels. Good fish. Very good fish.
You can feel it. You can
Yep.
feel some muscles right here.
Yep.
Feel
Do you
it
feel the little lumps in there? I got a free hand. It's probably what they're in here
like
feeding.
right around here.
Yep. Yeah, good fish. Hello, world. Get that one released. Good fish. Oh, got another one.
Oh, boy.
Hang on. Simmer down.
Oh, I found my fun rod, too.
Got it. Oh, crap.
I think we hit the jackpot.
We hit a mussel bed here. All right, hang on, folks. Let me see what we got here. That one may be in this line. Hang on. See what we got. I looked back and we had another rod folded over. Yeah, I think you may be in this line. All right, let's just go with what we got here. Is that a nettable fish or?
Oh, we taking some
Hang on. Don't winch on him too hard. Let's see what we got here. Easy. How's that drag? There you go. Let me loosen that up some. There you go. Just out of that rod. Don't let that line hit that rod. There we go.
Okay. I think you loosened it too much. Okay, now I'm just losing mine when I pull up.
Okay, stand by. I'm going to net on it just because. Lift up. That's a big fish, son. Just don't pull hard. Ease that fish up. That is a big fish. I think it's a flathead, the way it's acting. Stand by. Just ease up on it. There you go.
I am so scared right now.
That fish is acting big.
You gotta remember, this is a
There you go. Get ready to walk back. There you go. Just ease up on it. That's a big fish. That's a big fish.
Oh, I saw him. I saw him a little bit.
Damn, camera, stay right there.
Oh, I see him.
It's a big flathead. Nice. Got
Let's
him.
go. Whoop.
Bam! Good flathead. Hang on, let me get this
It's about as big as a Tennessee flathead.
That'll be your biggest flathead. Grayson hasn't caught a lot of. That thing needs to stay right there.
That's my second biggest flathead. My second biggest flathead right there.
All right,
The
there
one
it
in
is.
Tennessee was huge.
We got a tangled mess. Walk back that way with your rod. Thought he was bigger. He was fighting. That was a good run on that one.
Yeah, remember this rod isn't the greatest rod.
I know. But he was. That fish was pulling like he was. I thought he was going to be a 30-pound fish.
How much does it weigh?
I don't even know.
Yeah, he's like a 4.
15 pounds. Quit. Quit.
Remember, flatheads don't like to be held by the mouth, apparently. Oh, look, he got battle wounds.
All right, I'm going to lay him down right there. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. We got a mess here.
How long can catfish stay out of the water alive?
Those fish can stay out for a pretty good while. We don't want to try to keep them out too long. But
He's so slimy, he's sliding on the
that's a
boat.
mess. All right. Keeping that out of the way. All right, can you grab him?
Probably.
We got some people that want to see him. All right, guys, I hope you stuck with us through the chaos. There he is. Hold him up.
Okay, I gotta get 2 hands.
There you go. You got him. Get the other hand down around the tail.
Okay.
There you go. Support him. There you go. You can hold him horizontal. Get him a little bit better.
Oh, shoot.
Hang on. Let me turn your headlight off. There we go. There he is. Good job, pal. Nice
Turn
flatty.
into a man.
Nice flatty. Nice flatty. Throw some light on it. There we go.
It looks bigger when he's curved like this. Oh.
He fought like he was a
Oh, my
50-pounder.
arm. I'm tired.
Here, you can get him. I need to put the scale up. You know, everybody see him. There he is, guys.
My hand.
Nice one. Got some battle scars there on his head.
Here,
A little
weigh him.
damage.
See how much he weighs.
I'm going to put him back in, son. He's probably about 15 pounds.
I need to know.
There he is. Good one. Good
I
one.
need to know, Daddy.
He's going to be I think, your best one. Good, good. Let me hook him up here. Hang on.
You know, Grayson Melhorn needs to know how much the fish weighs.
Get it over here in the light where I can see it. Yep, right at 14. I'm pretty good at guessing them. We'll take it. Get him back alive. On 3, everybody say bye.
1.
Hang on, make sure we got some on the GoPro.
Wait, I deserve to salt out.
I'll make sure you got them. Get up here, Grayson. I'm gonna make sure we got him on the GoPro for the.
Let me salt.
Look up there. Look up
I
there.
gotta hold him.
There you go. Got him. Get him right to the GoPro. There you go. Very good. Hang on. Let me do one thing.
Get a mouth shot.
Nope, nope, nope. Turn him sideways again. There we go. Hold him up higher. There we go.
Woo!
All right, pitch him in.
Everybody on this one. 1, 2, 3, release.
Bam!
Second biggest catfish. The one in Tennessee was huge.
Wow. Your flathead in Tennessee wasn't that big.
What?
How big was your Tennessee flathead? Was it 18 pounds?
That one was.
Was it 18? Okay.
It was more than that. I know it was. What lake was that on?
Got a good little crowd now. Glad you guys joined in to see the freak show. We're gonna add. How many did we catch?
We caught. So we started off with 2, and
We got the
We caught a little one, and then we had another one there, and then we
flathead,
and then
the
we
blue,
turned around,
and then the channel.
and then we just turned. No, that's a flathead.
There was a small channel we had
Right,
that I yeah.
And then we turned around, and everybody's just bending over.
Well, it's about 11 o'clock. I'm gonna be honest, folks. We may call it a night. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good end. Yeah, we're trying to teach him. We're trying. He's got the routine down with where to move around and everything in the boat down pretty good.
We can't call it a night.
That was a good one. Those came right together. We had come up onto a flat, and we started coming back to the river channel when that went off. And it was funny. That flathead came to the top of the water. Generally, flatheads don't come to the top. Wait, did the flathead come to the top? No, it was the blue. Okay, the blues normally do that. It came up to the top of the water.
So did the one in Tennessee. That one, I think I wore that one out.
All right, so who remembers the weight? The flathead, I got to put, what I do on my sonar unit, I put waypoints where I catch the fish. Any fish that are 10 pound or teeners or bigger. So the flathead was 14.
The one I just caught?
Yeah, how big was the blue?
14. Oh, I don't know. The blue was like...
How big was the blue? Okay, 14. How big was the blue before that?
The blue was like...
Was it 16? I can't remember. I always have to go back and look at the video when I get back to get the right numbers.
I think it was like...
How much did I say the blue was?
18.
18, okay.
Everybody remembers it except for us.
I'm glad y'all are keeping track.
Everyone's going off.
Yeah,
18.
very good. Listen, this is a good crowd of people here. Y'all are engaged.
Look
This
at
is
that.
awesome.
Just full, everybody put 18.
All right, let me enter this into my sonar.
That's funny.
The interesting thing about doing this is that
Kid 3 Dieter Zip.
you will develop patterns on where these fish are at certain times and stuff. Kid 3 Dieter Zip, and that's the way it should be. That's the way I like it. I want the kid catching all of them. That's perfect for me. I want it that way. I want him to win, and I want him to beat me every time. But I won't let him win. As much as he hates that. 18 billion, we'll put a enter point there. No.
Everybody just put it was funny. It's 18.
There we go. Enter that. Clear that. And that was a 14 flathead. But yeah, this information is actually good. It gives you good info on, I think it's seasonal patterns more than anything, what fish are doing certain times of year. So do this, give us a 2-minute break. We got to get lines back in the water because we pulled 3 fish out of the lake. Give us a break here for about 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just going to leave the feet up. What the heck. Let me get these baits back in the water. You want to fish a little while longer?
Sure.
All right.
Heck yeah.
Give us just a minute to take care of some mess here.
Listen, there are times I'm like, can we just go home when the fishing's horrible? Now it's just like, let's stay forever.
All right, Grayson, do me a favor, pal. Actually, just wait. You may be reeling in a fish. That may have a fish on it.
Which one?
That motor rod.
Oh, okay. Let me just like stand right over here.
That untangled, that's good. Matter of fact, do this. Reel on that rod. That may have something on it. Anything?
Nope.
If not, just go ahead and bring it in. We'll check it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. Repositioning some lines, checking some baits.
Which is more fun for you, Daddy, night fishing or day fishing?
Day fishing. Even though we're catching fish, I still like day fishing.
Oh, bait's gone.
Okay, well that's a good thing we checked.
Ooh, babe.
We did this. Hang on. Our bait's done. It turned some water on.
My old friend.
Is that a small hook? Move that out of the way for a second.
I got the slug's still here. Slug's still on. Daddy, bait, bait. Daddy, we got bait right here.
Alright.
We got bait.
Hand me that. back in.
Tell me who said ew when I picked up that slug. Cause I'd like to know. Oh wow, this has been an hour. Still got 20 people watching. I'm not good at this.
If there's any questions coming down, let me know.
Oh shoot. There we go. Oh crap. Did that flip? Oh no, it didn't. Oh, I can change it. Dang. That's awesome. Okay, now I'm getting distracted. Ah! Look at this. Daddy, look. Hello there. Yeah, please don't leave.
Reeling this other rod over here.
Okay. What the heck? Yeah, no.
Turn your light off.
I did. Mine's light is off. Show us your rig setup.
Save that.
Team rig trap.
Come reel this rod in, son.
Oh, which one?
That corner one right there.
Okay.
I gotta get everything repositioned and back.
What you gonna do with that dessert? Beep that, beep that, beep that, beep. Murder that, yes.
Alright, we almost got them all out, folks.
Oh, what the heck? It's like something hit it when I was reeling it in. I felt a little pop. There you go.
Stand by.
Casting.
Alright. Put this one into the holder.
Beep that, beep that, beep that.
Alright, get back to your old side.
Wait it till you watch the replay, LOL.
Alright, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. We had to reposition some rods. I know you kind of wonder what the heck's going on out there. Let these pull off some line. Bring you up to date. We've got new people that joined in. First of all, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoy this. Don't do too many of the night ones. It's probably better for live feeds because people are sitting around doing nothing at night. And so we may try to do some more of them. But anyway, what was I thinking? Oh, we're drifting right now. We had anchored earlier, wind picked up, and we repositioned and came out here and basically making a big long drift. Let the wind carry us. It's total drifting, no trolling whatsoever, no motor. I've got a big Easterland drift sock out. We're going pretty slow. The wind was pretty tough earlier, and let me check these lines. Stand by.
I wonder if Mommy's in bed.
Probably so. Probably not. She took a long nap. Anyway,
4 hours.
my pliers. By the way, if you don't have any of these pliers, get some. These are the best pliers in the world for getting stuff out of a fish's throat.
Oh, I got shown.
Hang on. So we're drifting slow right now. I'm thinking about pulling in the big sock, putting the
25 people
smaller one
watching.
out. So it's just a really, really slow. But that's okay. Slows, as I tell people on drifting, slow is better than fast. You can't drift too slow, but you can drift too fast. So we're doing 0.2 right now, which is really slow. So anyway, we've been drifting. We picked up, how many fish are we up to now? 5. We picked up 5 fish. We've got a slam. First time ever, by the way. I have done a Lake Wiley slam in the morning and at night. So, and what a Lake Wiley slam is a channel cat, a flathead, and a blue in the same trip. And I was able to do that this morning, and we've done it today. We've actually picked off 2 flatheads. Medium size and a small one this morning. We haven't gotten to a whopper. There is something there on the bottom on the sonar. Not sure what that is. Anyway, did you say somebody asked something about the setup?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was the
north-south. Are you on the north-south of Lake Wiley? I'm on the north end of Lake Wiley right now. Turn that top off. Or light up. I'm on the north end. Oh, the rig grab. Okay. I'm on the north end of Lake Wiley. Not in the river section. I'm just up here in the lake. There's still a couple of creeks and coves above me. Setup is 6 rods out. 6.
Not telling you the bait.
They all have Santee drift rigs on them.
Better not tell them the bait.
And I'm not running planer boards. I don't like running them at night just in case you do break one off. It's hard to find. I don't have reflective tape on them, blah, blah, blah. So I've just got them. I'll show you real quick what the setup looks like on the boat.
Wait, they already know what the bait is, don't they?
They know what the bait is, and I'll tell them again because you got people coming in and out of here the whole time.
No, don't tell them. Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Don't tell them any secrets. Hang on, let's see if we can put some light on there. We'll blast the light for a second. All right, there's the setup the way my boat. So I know that's bright right now. That's the setup.
It's at 40.
I don't use a rod rack on my boat. Mainly because I don't like dealing with a rack back here, climbing across it to get stuff. I've got a bait well right here. It's got my bait in it. Try to give you a light there to see off my headlamp. Got some dead ones in there because I forgot to turn the aerator on.
I got everything.
Running line out on that one. That one needs to be engaged. That one's engaged. You see there. I got 2 of these in the floor of the boat. I've got a monster rod holder over here on this side. That's going to be upgraded here soon. I've got a configuration of monster rods that I'm going to put, rod holders that I'm going to put on here.
That's full blast light.
That is full blast and it's bright, but people wanted to see what the way my setup is. That's kind of the way it is. I know it's hard to see here at night and this is not the best camera to show it with. That's kind of the way the setup is. So, dim the light back down. Let's get back into a nice, cozy, comfortable mood here. Dating Melhorn fishing. Let's just all get this again here, okay? There we go. We're back here in our little cozy place. So that's the setup. And I've got a very large light panel. Some of y'all know I do video production work for a living, which I'm sure you're confused why this stuff looks so hideous. But I've got one of our actual lights we use on shoots set up here. And battery powered, it's LED. I can run it all night long. Provides very good light. So that's the setup. That's what it is. And we're just drifting along. We're floating along. It's really slow now. It's down to 0.1, which is super slow. But it almost is like fishing with a, pardon me, I'm plugging my light back in. So there we go. Okay, so there we go. We got power back on again. And what questions did I miss? Were there more questions? I missed more. I've never done a live stream this long. This is getting into Northwoods angling, Luke length live stream. But we're actually catching some fish, which is cool. It's nice and cooler at night. It is nice and cooler at night. And luckily tonight it is there's really no boat traffic out here. I think Sunday night's the time to watch out here. Wait, let's see your replay. This is comedy. Wait, yes, there is comedy and lunacy and everything else. He's using a Carolina drift rig. Oh, so I think somebody's answering questions for me, and I appreciate that. That's awesome. That's the thing. People come in and out of this feed, and I think, oh, I've already told you that, but there's a lot of people that will come in and leave and everything else. And so I'll give you the rundown one more time. I am drifting at this point. We're only in, how deep are we? 9 feet of water. So we're right on the edge of the channel. There's a channel over beside me. Yep, pretty good ways over. And yeah, we're just checking this out. I'd like to be closer to it. The wind is virtually dead at this point. I think I'm gonna have to pull in the drift socket, put down a trolling motor. Because it is very dead, and it also looks like it's shifting, judging from the smoke or the steam coming off the steam plant. So a little change in the game here could be happening. This could get better or this could be worse. And we do have a dark night tonight, right? No moon. I think it's new moon. Isn't it the new moon? So that's playing a part. Yeah, I don't think there is no moon at all. So it's pretty dark. Pretty dark.
Should my dad make a music video for like his channel and be like what he does, like...
Oh, he wants me to use a rap bump. My new videos that'll be coming out, the edited ones, I've got a little bump, a little 10-second bump song that a friend of mine, Clint Wiles, wrote for me. He's a songwriter out in Nashville, and it's just a little music thing that he did for me, and I put some fish pictures up on it, just a little 10-second intro. Just to jazz my stuff up a little bit, just to make it a little more interesting, just to break the monotony. And he wants me to do a rap bump song.
No, so. He needs to do like a video, like where he like raps about what he does and stuff. Where, like,
oh, he wants me to do a whole rap thing.
I have a bit like a little music video.
Right. I have my limits. I do have my limits. Though, Lyle. If you're at, that could be something for the Catfish Conference. That could be something that could be put together and shot at the Catfish Conference in February. I'm just saying.
Wait, did I say bigger?
With a bunch of different people doing it.
Awesome! Can't wait to see it. Oh,
yeah,
let's
that
go.
Could be. We need a writer.
A rig wrap.
A rig wrap. That's funny. I like that. That's humor.
Biggest catfish, 60 pounds. Caught it in watery.
You got something going. Have you fished the Cumberland River near Nashville? No, I haven't. I hear that is the striper mecca of all meccas. I have not. I've got a little place I can stay at in eastern Tennessee around Lenore City. So Grace and I have fished out there a couple of times this year already. We went out there in the wintertime and again back sometime in May or something. But that was all on... all those lights. Oh wait, okay, they're not red. Sorry, distracted again. I'm a squirrel. Squirrel. What? Huh? That's on the on Fort Loudon and Watts Bar out in there. But yeah, I've never done the Cumberland. There's some big. That's supposedly I think the place for the monster stripers. Bo Rice. That's correct. Bo Rice out there in Lenore City. That's where. That's where I thought I heard something. That's where I stay at. I actually showed his place in one of my videos from out there.
You have to pay copyright in live videos.
Copyright? Yeah. Actually, on this you would have to. Grayson's intrigued by the business end of copyrighted music, but.
What if you don't? What if you do like?
Yeah, good questions. Any other questions? If people are still up, I'm kind of impressed here. We hit our flurry. Where are you fishing?
Maybe in a spiral. Well, Lake Wiley.
Somebody said, where are you fishing? I'm on Lake Wiley. Don't know where you're from in the country. That's outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. It's on the Catawba River chain. And that's where I'm out drifting around tonight. We had come out here.
Right by you somewhere, I think.
You think? Look for a bright light in the boat. Yeah. I think I see a light up the river there. What was I saying about Lake Wiley? Oh, yeah, it's on the Catawba River chain. It's known for...
Censored.
We got a good population of blues and decent enough channels, and there's flatheads obviously in here. So no super duper monsters, but there's a lot of teener size fish in here, and you can fish and hope to catch 30, 40, 50 pound blues out here. So it's a great lake, great reservoir, and a great system for figuring out how to catch catfish. So but yeah, it's a good one to learn to fish on, I guess you should say, because the only thing you can't really do here, there's no real current, so it's kind of one of the East Coast kind of fisheries to where they don't have the real current like they do on the big rivers out there on the Missouri and Ohio and all that stuff. So when we go out there, we are lost as far as fishing and that stuff. It's tough fishing for us because our techniques, even the anchoring doesn't really work out there because you can't anchor a boat when it's going 5 miles an hour in the current. So I think our wind is shifting, isn't it? We're starting to drift that way.
Question is,
let's see what happens with this wind. This is either going to kill us or that'll be a make or break with the wind shift.
The guy that was saying he thinks he's close to us. We're catching fish. Come over here. By the way, let's go, Daddy. Let's go. We gotta get. Let's go.
Sweet, catch them up, man.
Come on, can we go? I want to catch more fish.
We're not. Our bite is. We're actually though with the wind is shifting us and carrying us back toward the river channel. So probably what we're going to do is let this drift carry us across the river channel and dip into it, see what happens. I'll probably call it a night. Well, I've had a good night so far, and ended up putting a couple of flatheads and a good blue in the boat. So yeah, it's it's good. We'll give it a little while longer, and I'll probably be back on tomorrow sometime. I'm going to go somewhere and fish. Maybe another night this week we'll get out and try to do some fishing. For any of you new guys that joined in, Catfish Weekly here on YouTube. That's the name of the show. Comes on tomorrow night, Monday night, here on YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed and tune in. You'll probably see me in the little feed down there, Dieter Melhorn Fishing, and yeah, be sure to chime in and say hey. It's a good one to be subscribed to. Can I join you? Well, if you want to get in the boat, you probably can, but you'll be getting a ride back to the boat ramp because we're getting ready to leave here shortly. But yeah, Catfish Weekly, good show. Watch it, share it, let people know about it. I think more fishermen need to know about it because it's a good show. I think it's a good way to disseminate information. Good night, Catfish World. 5 a.m. comes early. Yes, it does, pal. I would be going to bed too. Sadly, I may get up that early and go fishing again tomorrow. I've got a little time off before I have to work hard later this week. So anyway, so I think for now, jump over here, Grayson. Let's say goodbye to everybody. We've had a heck of a night.
Can we look?
I really appreciate you guys watching for this long, chiming in and out. I appreciate all the thumbs up. That's awesome. As always, if you have questions, even after this is over with, this video will post up later on. Put them in the comment section. I love answering them, and you know, if you're shy, private message me. I know some people feel weird about throwing stuff up there and all that kind of stuff, and that's cool. But yeah, I think there's knowledge to be learned and you know, shared and all that kind of stuff. Get it, you know, get it out to people. The more that people learn, I think the better stewards they'll be of the river. Thanks for the awesome. I appreciate it, guys. So for now, Mr. Fish Catcher over here, Grayson, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. And yeah, Lyle, you're shy. You're shy. We'll see you tomorrow night on Catfish Weekly. We'll see the rest of y'all later this week. Thanks again for watching.
Wait, are you going to be on Catfish Weekly?